in this new world of AI and machine learning, right? And you think about in the sales and marketing world, how so different, applications of these technologies are coming about, particularly around sales and account management. How do you feel NLP applies? Obviously, on the programming and engineering side, we're trying to apply NLP principles to machines, right? To get them to understand more how people communicate. But how do you think it actually impacts the people?
Yeah, I think it's an interesting question, right? Because fundamentally, one of the biggest challenges of AI is replicating all of the individual nuance associated with the brain, right? And that's really the kind of the core model or core architecture of NLP is what are all of these individual intricacies that are associated with the brain itself, right? If there's a picture here, how do I change a submodality about that picture to make it look different? So as machine learning evolves, that's going to be one of the bigger challenges is how do you get into all these little tendrils that then become ultimately a thought, right? So, it's really easy to widgetize things and then begin to build them. But as we add all these individual layers in there, I think it becomes really challenging. So I think the human will have an edge for a long time because of that, if they can take the time to understand that. But if you think about it from a machine learning perspective, we're already starting to kind of see some of these things come out when we look at the world of like marketing technology or ad technology. When we're starting to define audience, or we're starting to elicit individual personas, and we're starting to bucket them not only based on their online activity, but their propensity to do something based on how they learn or based on how they perceive information. Are they highly visual, auditory, kinesthetic? What words do they use over and over again that we can use to identify what they're likely to do in the future? So you are starting to see a little bit of it come out in that sort of a framework, but I think it will be some time before you really fully delve into that.
I agree, but I think the reason why we as humans need to be stronger in NLP is the machines are going to get to a relative baseline of being able to
fight the machines.
And the problem is if you're not better than the machine, if you can't assess, diagnose, have a conversation, then you should probably be a little nervous, right? Like I think for a lot of knowledge workers that are kind of white collar, but at the beginning of their career, or white collar that are further down the food chain, that the only reason you should be scared of technology is if you aren't continuing to get better, to evolve past the way where technology is, or at least to have a fundamental understanding of where technology is going. And I think with NLP in particular, and again, I always kind of put my sales hat on, if a basic conversation between two people is the best that you can do as a salesperson is, how many employees do you have? Like, what is your timeline for purchase?
Do you have the budget?
Rigid, and that is the only type of conversation. Exactly. Guess what? I can automate you, right?
And I hope you do, because I don't want to have that conversation ever again.
Dude, that's why drift is great. It's like, just like get those conversations out of the way, like these 100%. Like basic things. But I think that's it, right? I think you're hitting on something that's important, that you should embrace it unless your only skill set is asking really basic general questions. If that's your only skill set, then yes, you should be scared. Machine learning
our SVP of analytics always says that AI and machine learning should help you do what you already do that much better. It should be there to bolster you. And 100%, if you're asking these really simple binary questions, I shouldn't use the word deserve, but you're probably not going to be in that role for very long.